It's a photobiography on Mahatma Gandhi. It consists of over 400 images, and it outlines his life from his early days to the day he passed away. The interesting part about the book is it runs an age line, not a timeline. It has a timeline, but it has an age line too, because we felt that you would like to know, at the age of 16, what did he do? At the age of 21, what did he do? I think the time has passed to say that he was born in 1869, and this is the year he went to the UK to study. I think it would be more interesting to know that at the age of 19, he went to the UK to study. He did his law from there. It would be interesting to know that he came back to India at a certain age. One of the reasons we keep the age line over there is that you can use it as a barometer for yourself. Whatever your age is, go to that page, put a little mark over there, and then you can become the next Gandhi. That's what we are trying to do over here. The mission, the idea of putting this book together was to give people a pictorial view on Mahatma Gandhi. He's a very interesting person, the way he evolved. Do you know, when he went to the UK, he was actually dressed up in a three-piece suit. He took violin lessons. He actually took dancing lessons. He read the Bhagavad Gita for the first time with 2 Englishmen. And then the process of evolution started. He started to live in I think it was 1 shilling and 3 pence a day. He started experimenting with food, and that he continued throughout his life. Gandhiji's life was experimenting with life, with truth. Gandhiji was one of those few people who experimented, tried, learned till the last days of his life. I think Gandhi, as I said, is a very interesting subject, and one of the most important groups in this world who can learn from him are the youth. The youth of today only see Gandhi in 100 rupee or 1,000 rupee or a 500 rupee note, or in government offices. We see him only in that one picture, that familiar picture that we see. I think it was very important to show people that he existed in many other forms, and each form was a part of his evolution. When we see that, we realize that we can all emulate him. I remember when I went to the Sabarmati ashram for the first time, and I saw on the board the 10 rules that you have to follow to be in that ashram. I was so scared because I realized, oh my God, it's going to be so difficult to follow even one of them. That's when a Gandhian over there approached me, and he saw me looking at the board, and he told me, he says, what's puzzling you so much about it? I said, I can't even probably follow even one of them in totality. He says, the rules are not there to follow. The rules are not there to follow 100%. The rules are there to emulate, to try and follow as much as you can. And as your life proceeds, from your teenagers to your 20s, on to your 30s, and as you move ahead in life, you keep trying to follow them more and more. I think that was one of the main reasons for me to try and take Gandhi to the youth. There's so much of a misconception on Gandhi. Whenever the youth come to me, they have very strong views on him. Either they love him or they hate him. I think the time has come to show them the picture of Gandhi, literally the picture of Gandhi, and it's for them to decide whether they love him, they hate him, are they indebted to him. It's photographs, and it's got anecdotes, and it's got facts and facts about Gandhiji. It's got a few comments about Gandhiji. One of the things that is very interesting, actually, when I introduced this book, I introduced it into the market as a limited edition. There are only 1,869 copies of this limited edition. Each copy is a numbered copy, and each is priceless because it comes, packed in a nice pine wood box, superscribed with laser ink on it. It's packaged in silk. It's almost like I like to treat it like a piece of art, and I like to do it that way because I wanted to tell people that the man was priceless. The man was precious. For a long time we have kept Gandhi in poverty all around the world. I think it's time that we take him out of there, and so the world recognizes he's a very interesting, he's a very precious person. I think I wanted to show my book out there to show people that he was so precious, although the price of the book became so high that it would not be in the reach of most students and most people. So what we did was we took all the content from that book and created a student edition. It's a soft cover edition, and we retail it for less than 1,000 rupees. It was just something that we decided to, take the message further. In fact, the journey did not stop there. After creating the student edition, we decided to create the entire content into a digital museum. And we are setting up our first digital museum in Hyderabad. It's at a place called Langar House. It's where the Gandhiji's ashes were immersed in 1948. It's been a journey. I'm enjoying it. Somebody asked me, are you a Gandhian? Are you a follower of Gandhi? I said, I wouldn't like to define myself as a follower or as a Gandhian. I think I'm exploring his life. I really enjoy, I like to emulate parts of it. I really think that the world needs to know more about him. I think the youth need to follow him in his path of peace, truth, and ahimsa, because that's one of the most important aspects that this world needs today, especially today, and survive. So as you know, there were photographs of Gandhiji that we needed to produce this book, and the book project actually took about 4.5 years. We announced it late in 2006, and then the book came out only in 2010. One of the reasons was we went around India, we went to most parts of India to find out whether we could get the photographs of Gandhiji. However, interestingly, the photographs of Gandhiji, the copyright for the photographs of Gandhiji does not lie with Gandhiji like all his writings. One of the things Gandhiji did before he passed away was he transferred all the rights of his written material to his body in India, which till recently had a copyright on, and then now it's open because a certain number of years have passed. However, with the photographs it was very different. The photograph copyright lay with the photographer, so we had to collect it from different sources. We got most of our photographs out of Germany, some out of England, and then some from parts of India. When I decided to embark on this journey of exploring Gandhi, as I call it, somebody mentioned this to me. He says, you are treading on a subject which can be described best as riding a tiger. Once you get on top of it, there's no way you can get off. And I think the person was right. I don't think so the journey will stop for a long, long time. We started with the limited edition. We came up with the student edition. We are now coming up with the digital museum. I blog about Mahatma Gandhi in the 21st century. I make microfilms on him. They are 2-minute, 3-minute films on the qualities of Gandhi. I speak about Mahatma Gandhi and his relevance in today's day and age.